Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for being here tonight. My name is Cheryl Zamatero, and we are the Broken Calorimeters.
I'm Catherine Haywood.
I'm Cindy Saucerman.
I'm Kirsten Shinneman Baker.
And I'm Gerardo Martin, and in spirit, we have Arturo Ayala.
All right, so the first question is, what the heck is a calorimeter? We had Arturo on our team, and he was our engineer, so he gives the engineering definition, but in layman's terms, it's a measure of how many calories you eat. So when we met at our bonding meeting the first time, we came together and we realized that we had something in common right away, besides bocce, and that was we enjoyed great food. Gerardo brought his wonderful shrimp cocktail. Arturo brought his mother's guacamole. I brought the Schramsberg bubbles, best bubbles ever. Cindy made quesadillas. Catherine made her famous flaming flan, and Kirsten brought her appetite. At that point, the calorimeter spiked off the charts, and we had to burn more calories. So we played bocce. Alas, it was too late, and the calorimeter was broken. So with that, we set off to brainstorm on our practicum project. So in the words of Dr. Seuss, think left and think right. Think low and think high. Oh, the things you can think of if only you try. So we thought and we thought till we could eat and drink no more. If we want to tackle a project, who in the community will we explore?
We started talking about Leadership Napa Valley and why we joined. In a sense, it felt like a club or a fraternity. And for those of us that went to the information meetings, we met a lot of people, all walks of life, and started to think, boy, this really could open some doors in professions, in the community, professionally, and personally. A lot of us joined to meet new people and to network, and some of us did a little more networking than others. So let's learn why some of you joined Leadership Napa Valley. I'm just going to do a couple call outs if you don't mind. Mikey, are you out there in the audience? We'd like to know why you joined Leadership Napa Valley.
I joined Leadership Napa Valley because I was hoping to hook up with the bail sponsor.
Okay then. So alumni and current class, best class ever. Anybody involved in criminal justice? Give a shout out.
Take a look at your pieces of paper there. Anyone else?
Or
Go
if
ahead.
you truly are, I hope that Chief Potter's standing up.
Yeah, you're involved with that, Chief Potter, right? You could help out Mikey?
So let's hope that Mikey doesn't need to follow up on any of those connections. How about Mark? Why did you join leadership?
Well, I joined Leadership Napa Valley to get invited to more parties.
So let's have a shout out to some folks who are interested in hospitality or maybe a nonprofit that throws a fundraising party. Yes, yes, yes. Mark, there you go. And let's hear from Arturo. Aww.
I was hoping to run for mayor or maybe even the chief of police.
And don't we know that he has the skills? How about it? Anybody out there in government that might be able to get in touch with Arturo? Give him a hand. Yes, I see some waving. Thank you, Jill. All right, so perhaps on a more serious note in our own group, what about a community-related interest?
Yeah, I had a practicum idea that was, it involved starting a reading program for underprivileged kids. But who in the past, who of the alumni could I contact?
So I'm sure we have people out there interested in education or maybe health and human services. Let's see some folks wave hands. Yes, great. So what we're seeing here is lots of potential connections.
So how do we get those connections? How do we make those connections once you're in leadership or you've graduated from leadership? And so maybe you're in leadership right now and you're starting a practicum project and you have 5, global health crisis solving projects, but you don't know who to talk to. Who in the community can we talk to about these things? It'd be really amazing if there was like an alumni directory where we could find not only our current class, but the last 28 years of alumni and that wealth of information that they offer. So we envisioned, a database that you could find not only where someone works now, but what their current nonprofit involvement is, but also what they're personally interested in. What projects do they want to work on together? So it turns out we did some digging, and there is, as we heard on the website group, there is an existing database. It's really helpful if you know exactly who you're looking for. And so we tested it out, and we tried it on someone we know, Jill. And it's really, really helpful, especially if you want to leave a moose head in her driveway. You can just go right there and you can find her address. But there's no real way to learn that she's in government. If we were looking for someone in government, we wouldn't know how to learn that. So one thing that we knew that we could optimize with this existing database was let's add interest tabs. Like if you're filling out your alumni profile, I'm interested in government, or I'm actually in education. And so if I'm starting a practicum project, I can look and see, who could I find to help me start a reading program for kids?
And in the beginning, it just really felt like we were just chasing our tail. It really, the more we tried, it just felt like we were going in circles.
And this wheel kept turning, and we were going nowhere. Somebody please stop it.
In this wheel, it just looks so much like a pizza to me, and I ended up just getting really hungry. So one of the challenges in doing this is that we've 28 years of alumni, and that's a lot of generations to kind of bring together. And some people are perfect with a phone, landline, or in person, and some people refuse to look up from their phones and just you want to use Twitter when you're communicating with people. So how do we just at least get some kind of information together to bring these people together? And so we haven't come up with the perfect answer yet, but what we did start to do was identify what information do we want from people, what's the most valuable for us, and where can we find those people?
So one of the first things we did is we asked for permission, because you don't want to do anything without permission. And once we got the permission, we thought, okay, where's everybody going to be? Where's the alumni going to be that we could contact? So the first thing we thought about was a Christmas party. And you guys all remember this from the Christmas party. We had the postcards that everybody was filling out. Well, not everybody. Some people were filling them out. But then as soon as we threw out that whoever filled them out had a chance to win a Magnum, boy, we got all kinds of results. We got them filled up quickly. So at that Christmas party, we were able to get these filled out, and we were also able to take some pictures. With those pictures, we loaded them onto the website, and voila, we started to have some data on the website.
And when we realized we contacted a key alumni, it just...
And you'll tell your friends about it, and they'll tell their friends, and so on, and so on.
So we needed more information, and the easiest way to get that information was to construct an email. We divided up all the classes, and you've probably heard from one of us, including Arturo. And we constructed an email asking for your input. Go to the site, update your profile, check off those interests, and we ended up with a lot of good information, and hopefully you've done that. And this is what your profile should actually look like. And we chose a fine example. And in doing so, and realizing all of these interests and updating the website, we got a lot of kudos and a lot of good responses from a lot of you. So we're very excited for your participation, and we definitely appreciate that.
So the next step was, how do we keep this momentum going? And reflecting on our first day with leadership, we got class lists. The information was there. We got contact information, where people worked, some of their community involvement. And so we basically thought all we really need to do is adopt a greater comprehensive profile like the one we put on the card and get people to fill it out on the first day. So we were thinking if a couple of iPads were circulated around, we could get pictures taken that day and uploaded. The data would actually go straight into the database. So then, who would manage it? Well, right now it's one of the board members, and poor guy, he's hanging in there. But when there's a little bit of a rumor going around that there could be some official administrative support being considered, we thought, well, let's get a job description out there. We're thinking maybe 40 hours a year, and this person would help to keep the template going, take care of technical issues, get that invite out for the holiday party that no one wants to miss. So we'd be looking for somebody with a little CRM experience, detail-oriented, works well independently. Is there anyone looking for a job? Come on. No, seriously, to come back to our original mission statement. What's that? Yes, we love it. So to just kind of wrap this up here, we've got the template in place, we've done initial outreach, and we want to thank all of you alumni who very patiently got into the database and did your check marks. We've got a simple proposal to keep the upkeep, and so we really think that we have this vision for vitality and usability for the current alumni as well as future alumni. We have included here the website address so that you can go in, get a username, get a password, and start the process. I'm checking the dashboard. We've got 25 people already registered as interested in nonprofits. So the process is starting. We're really happy. And with that, we have one last statement from our MIA MVP.
Class 28, best class ever. Hey guys, it's been great. It's been fun. Sorry I can't be there. I miss all of you guys, and I just really want to say thanks because I feel you guys were the final bit of inspiration I needed to pursue a career path that was a little more exciting and more me. And I love it. Hopefully I get to see you guys soon. Take care.